Today we recap the 2021 Game Awards. What did Nintendo win? What was announced? Did we get that big reveal we're all waiting for? Spoiler alert, we did not. All that and much more on today's edition of Mii Weekly. Let's do this! Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Mii Weekly, this time for Friday, December 10th, 2021. I'm Hero TJ with Nintendo Wire, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. I just spent the last 7.5 hours watching the Game Awards. Okay, it wasn't quite that long, but boy did it sure feel like it. Sprinkled throughout this celebratory annual gaming event were a few Nintendo-related announcements of note, so let's jump right in. As I covered in last week's edition of Mii Weekly, the Game Awards historically has been Nintendo's venue of choice to make some pretty stunning announcements. The first look at Breath of the Wild gameplay, the shadow drop of Legend of Zelda Champions Ballad DLC, the announcement of Bayonetta 3, the historic inclusion of Joker in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and also Sephiroth from Final Fantasy making his way into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as well. But there have also been years where Nintendo has chosen to play things close to the chest. So what did Nintendo bring to the table for the 2021 Game Awards? Did Nintendo drop some kind of Zelda bomb? Like maybe a new remake for the Nintendo Switch? Or how about a port of Wind Waker or Twilight Princess? Do we have a release date or, well, even a title for the sequel to Breath of the Wild? Well, the answer to these questions, my friend, is no, and unfortunately, no. Alright, so nothing cool for Zelda, no Super Smash Bros. Ultimate news, by the way, either, no surprises there. So how about some other exciting Nintendo announcement? Unfortunately, the answer to that is also no, nope, nada, zip, zilch, nothing. But that's okay. There are a lot of questions looming on the horizon, and Nintendo has a lot of announcements to make. We have a really exciting lineup heading into 2022, and I'm sure Nintendo will reveal all we need to know in good time. Nintendo was also up for a few awards this time, including Best Family Game, which many gamers jokingly refer to as the Nintendo category because it usually consists of primarily Nintendo games. This year, up for consideration, we have Mario Party Superstars, New Pokemon Snap, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, and WarioWare Get It Together. So which Nintendo family title took the prize? None of them! The award goes to It Takes Two. I have to admit, I don't know anything about this game, other than that it received some pretty high praise from my younger brother. So now that it beat Nintendo in their own category, can we get this game ported to the Switch already? Metroid Dread took home the prize in the Best Action Adventure Game category, up against some pretty stiff competition. Metroid Dread was also nominated in the Game of the Year category, and once again, Nintendo lost out to It Takes Two. I gotta give this game a try and see what all the fuss is about. Anyone who's ever seen a single Game Awards knows that one of the biggest hallmarks of the show are their world premieres, which brings me to what I consider to be the most exciting announcement of the show. Some years ago, it feels like, DLC was announced for Cuphead, a game that I played to completion and beyond on Nintendo Switch. I got really excited about the DLC, and then it just sort of didn't happen, and then enough time went by that I forgot all about it. So when Cuphead The Delicious Last Course got a brand new trailer showing off some gameplay with the brand new playable character Miss Chalice, and we get a summer 2022 release date of June 30th, needless to say, I am pumped. Definitely the highlight of the show for me. Finally, after years of fan outcry, Persona finally makes it to the Nintendo Switch. This is Persona 4, Arena Ultimax. Yep, it's another spin-off. This time it's a 2D Street Fighter style fighting game, expected to release on March 17th of next year. We've got Joker in Smash, Persona 5 Strikers, and now this, and yet still no mainline Persona game on the Nintendo Switch. What gives? And the final announcement I want to spotlight, we got a more in-depth look at Sonic Frontiers, arriving holiday 2022. The world looks vast and sprawling. This shot looks like it's straight out of Breath of the Wild. What are we in for with this game? I think it might be too early to say, but my interests are piqued. Now playing! So I finally managed to put down Animal Crossing and play something else. Just kidding, no I didn't. Animal Crossing is literally the only game I played this week. I was committed to finding that last sea creature, and it is with a great spirit of relief and triumph that I report to you today I have found the sea pig! My sea creature collection is complete. I even have the poster to prove it. Now all that remains to truly complete my museum collection is nabbing those authentic art pieces from Red. That slick fox is always trying to trick me, and if it weren't for the new Harv's Island update, I wouldn't even try. It is truly such a pain in the backside, since you can only buy one at a time, and oftentimes there are not even any authentic ones for sale, and even when there are, they can be duplicates with ones that you've already had. It's kind of broken, in my humble opinion. This episode's Spirit of the Week comes from DragonNJMB. We're looking at number 1325, Hero from Dragon Quest III. As you know, hero spirits come in a few flavors. This particular version of Hero first appeared in Dragon Quest III, The Seeds of Salvation. The hero of Dragon Quest III is a fabled and legendary hero called Arusu. He carries the ancient and legendary title Erdrick. Dragon Quest III is actually a prequel to the first game, and the Erdrick honorific is a legacy carried on by Arusu's descendants. Arusu's trained from childhood to follow in his father's heroic footsteps. On his 16th birthday, he sets out with his companions to save the world from a menacing demon lord. No pressure. Arusu is featured as a playable fighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as one of Hero's 4 alternates. As a fighter spirit, Hero cannot be equipped, but it's still pretty cool to have as part of the collection if you ask me. You can purchase this spirit from the Vault Shop after downloading the Hero DLC fighter. Thanks to DragonNJMB for the suggestion. If there's a spirit you'd like to see as the Spirit of the Week, please let me know in the comment section below, and if yours is selected, you'll be recognized in the episode with an on-screen credit just like DragonNJMB. Now it's time to sound off. One of the categories at the Game Awards is Most Anticipated Game. Last year, the title that won in that category was this little game called Eldin Ring. Honestly, it was the first I'd ever even heard of the game, so I was really surprised that it won. I figured that a game that was that anticipated would be at least one that I'd heard of. Well, as fate would have it, even though Eldin Ring was up against some pretty heavy hitters like the sequel to Breath of the Wild, Eldin Ring took home the title again to be the returning champion in this year's Most Anticipated Game category. Now, maybe I'm living under a rock, but at least in the circles I roll in, this game is not an often buzzed about topic of conversation. So my question for you is Eldin Ring your most anticipated game? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Leave them down there in the comment section below. And that's a wrap on another edition of Mii Weekly. Thank you so much for joining me. We've got a few weeks left until the end of the year, and only a few weeks left of the show. I hope you'll stick with me through to the end. Until next Friday, I hope you have a super awesome, amazing week. This is Hero TJ signing out. Thanks for playing.